Speaking of somebody who is well known, now jumping into the crypto industry, Reese Witherspoon. Nice. Reese Witherspoon has gone full degen. What do I mean? She recently tweeted, she said, in the near future, every person will have a parallel digital identity. Avatars, crypto wallets, digital goods will be the norm. Are you planning for this? Reese, who is feeding you this information? Where are you doing your homework? But man, do I think that you are on top of something. Avatars. Well, many people on Twitter already have avatars. Of course, the pseudonymous economy, which Balaji Srinivasan was very quick to point out years ago. It is happening. There's tons of people. They have crypto punks. They have bored apes. Or they have things like Reese has right here on her Twitter account. Tons and tons of people using avatars rather than their real photos. Obviously, crypto wallets becoming absolutely pervasive. Hundreds of millions of people with them. And you see it not only being used to actually hold economic value, but also all the things around airdrops or being able to sign in using your crypto wallet. This stuff is coming and you can already see it working. It's a better system. It's more efficient. It's faster. And ultimately what I think is that your browser, something like the Brave browser, literally is just going to have the wallet baked right in. And so regardless of whether you're using an application, whether you're using something that's peer-to-peer, open source, or you're simply using the browser itself, crypto wallets will only become more pervasive over time. And then, of course, digital goods. Well, we already buy tons of digital goods. When you buy Netflix, you're buying a digital good. When you buy a song on iTunes or let's say an audiobook, those are digital goods. We've had it for a long time. The more the world changes, the more it stays the same. But the digital goods are changing. There's a different type of digital good now. Of course, there's things that are tokenized, everything from NFTs to Bitcoin, everything in between. Digital goods are here because we don't actually live in a geographically constrained analog economy anymore. Nobody goes to the store at the same rate that they used to. Instead, what we are seeing is that now we live in a digitally native economy. If you're under the age of maybe 40 or 45, you live on the internet. You buy things on the internet. You talk on the internet. Everything you do revolves around the internet. The internet has made us much more connected, and ultimately boundaries like borders don't matter nearly as much as they used to. And so that, my friends, is the whole key to this. And I think that Reese Witherspoon is really onto something here, saying that we are going to have parallel digital identities. I'd argue many people already care more about their digital identity than their real world identity. Why? Because that's where their friends are. That's where their commerce is. That's where their reputation is. And if that is the identity in which all of that coalesces around, then of course, not only are you going to have the digital identity, but you're going to put it on a pedestal. You're going to make sure that it becomes pristine and that you can continue to grow it over time. And every young kid in the world, whether it's through a video game, social media, or somewhere else, their digital identity is top of mind for a reason. What do you think there, young buck John?
I think we've already seen this come to fruition over the last 5 years, right? Avatars, crypto wallets, digital goods, owning digital goods and services has been huge. I think this is only going to keep going. Surprising that Reese Witherspoon got into the mix with this tweet, but she's right on the ball here.
Yeah, I think you're spot on when it comes to wallets being integrated within kind of the different websites and stuff. I think everyone eventually is going to have one, and it's going to be integrated in basically everything you do seamlessly. Like I said before, a lot of this stuff has a lot of friction currently. You have to download kind of the wallets, you have to add the extensions, you have to actually go buy the crypto and all these different things. And there's a bunch of nuance that kind of goes with each one of those parts. But ultimately, it's not super easy for consumer. I think that has been changing over time. There's a bunch of new onboarding ramps that weren't just, hey, go buy the crypto. And I think that's been super, super helpful from an onboarding, from a kind of an adoption and an onboarding perspective. But yeah, I mean, this is already happening to a large degree, right? COVID accelerated all this stuff by maybe 5, 10, 15 even years, from like a, hey, everyone's going to stay at home. They're all going to work from home. You're going to spend most of your time online. You're going to be on Zoom meetings. Go on Twitter. Literally half the people that are interacting with tweets, at least in my accounts, and I'm sure your guys' accounts, have avatars. They're different from not only their personal ones, but even your personal one is an avatar, right? It is, you're literally looking at the other person, and they have online identities. There are people that have more friends online that they haven't met in real life. So all of this is already happening to some degree. It's just been accelerated over the last couple of years. Where does it go in 5, 10, 15 years? I think more is the question, because it's become apparent, right? Everyone spends, most of the people, at least here within the developed United States, spend the majority of their time online. A lot of people haven't gone back to work, or at least doing it on kind of a partial basis, spending a lot of their time online. And then it just comes down to like, where does all of this live, right? Is it one metaverse? Is it multiple metaverses? Is it just online how we see it today? Where does this all transact? But ultimately, yeah, I don't think it's very out of line of Reese to say, everyone's going to have an avatar. Everyone's going to have a digital wallet. Everyone's going to transact online. Everyone's going to hang out online. Everyone's going to do these things. Because to a degree, all of this is already happening. It's just being accelerated and seeing how many more people are picking this up on a daily basis.